Okay, we shall for high TV Ghana, but so not like no comment no share. I'm on the outside there in Biafra na ekwe se mo na Sammy Gyamfi, the National Communications Director for NDC. And now wakotena TV3 for yeah, we say how there on base. Now we na on it one MPP guy. Your friend no Akbar. Yeah. Now oye A2 Dr. Bawumia and oye A2 Vice President. Now omusia o the key points. So no obia we say obia lay the facts we didn't the one we number. Ɛna ɛyɛ Sammy Gyamfi nso mu sɛ ndc for the ntoro a yɛkɛyɛ ɛna wagugu ne ho anim ase wɔ tv mu so abusuafo ne nsɛm bi a ɔde to dwa sɛ ɛyɛ Dr. Bawumia any credibility nti ɔno no lay down facts bi a ɛkyerɛ sɛ Dr. Bawumia any credibility John Dramani Mahama no credibility agya o mad facts sɛ na ne nyinaa yɛ ntoro no korɛ baako korɛ no mamanfo yɛnkɔ ne gogo tie bra Akbar exposing no with the correct and the true facts. Say na TV3 for no hosting to end how long not distracting the what. Some no me in this for in this guys. I'm not distracting but yes still the man stood on his feet exposing big time. Man for Yankoni.
Before I come to that, I have some quick refutations to make. First of all, Sammy lied when he said that for the first time in 40 years, we defaulted on our loan and that it has never happened. I have with me a letter here dated February 18, 2025 from the Africa Development Bank and was addressed to Samuel D. Amir, Director, Debt Management Division, Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning. Subject, application of sanctions, arrears on bills due on 1st January 2015. And it reads.
No, so is that February 18? What's the date?
The letter is dated February 18, 2015.
Okay, earlier you said 2025, so...
Not 2015.
Okay.
And it reads, we wish to inform you that as of today, we have not received full payment in respect of bank group bills as per the attached arrears report. Therefore, and in accordance with the bank group policy on loan arrears recovery, we wish to inform you that sanctions have been imposed on 1st February 2015. We could count on your prompt action for the timely settlement of the amounts due to enable the lifting of sanctions. So in 2015, under Mahama, we defaulted on our loan obligations to Africa Development Bank. I'm not sure 2015 to now is up to 40 years. So he lied. Number two, he said Bawumia is a chronic liar and therefore lacks the credibility to be president. And I think that as somebody who is passionately advocating for Mahama, he should be the last person to use the word credibility, especially on matters bordering corruption. Mr. Mahama is the only politician I know at the highest level who is incurably corrupt and visionless. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And I'll substantiate that.
Substantiate that.
In February 2009, at least according to the Federal Court report on the matter of the infamous Airbus scandal, the court established conclusively that Mr. Mahama, as early as February 2009, was in constant email conversations with officials of Airbus. Alfred, we've all read the Crown's report.
Okay, your man for some artifacts now are laid down. We and your friend what communication, intelligent, or because I would need the atemo or lay facts not correct point by point. We the can say no what you say. Oh, beka credibility who I said there be enka because see a can't join the money from Hama Sema, former president Asema, or no kwa and answer 2009 court. Nasem ne eba scandal court ni esi so establish a fact ne say asat 2009 hono na one eba for no edim komo via mail no mo sending email so definitely and then categorically no na he was involved. So, a honor, but the amount of punchline, Sammy Gyamfi who knew, you know. Oman for Yanto also,
the decision in France and that of the US. And we have also listed, after a series of investigation by the special prosecutor, that it was established clearly that Mr. Mahama was the man designated as government official one. And you know how it is? It was this man who used his brother, named as intermediary 5, to receive bribes worth $8 million through a phony company registered in Spain. And that phony company took $3 million out of the money and remitted over $5 million to Mr. Mahama. It was not just a matter of the Airbus. And indeed, if we were in a democratic culture that works efficiently, Mr. Mahama should not be leading any political party into any election. This is a man whose reputation as a corrupt man is known locally and internationally. In fact, in a BBC interview, he was asked clearly, have you ever received bribes? He dilly-dallied and said and posed a counter question, whether as human being or as president. When Dr. Bawumia spoke at UPSC, he proudly declared as human being and as vice president that he is not corrupt. Indeed, civil society leaders, and I'm going to give you an example. The executive director of Media Foundation has expressed an opinion on these two key individuals in our politics. First, in the case of Mr. Mahama on the Airbus.
Are you talking about Suleiman
Abrema? When he was interviewed on Joy FM.
When?
After the news, the scandal broke out. He was interviewed on Joy FM.
Which scandal?
The Airbus scandal. I'm coming. So he was asked. Then he said that at the time of the scandal, the only elected official on the Armed Forces Council was Mr. John Dramani Mahama. And he was convinced that the court referred to Mr. Mahama. In the Charles Eduboahin's case, this same man expressed the view that as far as Dr. Bawumia is concerned, he is reputed as a man who is incorruptible. This is an individual expressing his views about two individuals. Alfred, for the first time in the history of our nation, that a sitting president, according to an attorney general, contemplated investigating Mr. Mahama for corruption allegations in the purchase of the Embraer jets from Brazil. It has never happened. Indeed, President Mills, according to Martin Amidu, went on to set up a 3-member committee to look into the procurement acquisition which Mr. Mahama championed. So as far as Mr. Mahama's integrity is concerned, he should not be seeking political office. As for what was said by Team Dufour in their petition to their General Secretary, out of deference for the office he once occupied and respect for, I will not read that. But when we are talking about a man who lacks credibility, Alfred, between a man who is perceived as being a liar and a man who has a reputation of being corrupt, in 2009, in the British House of Commons, an MP named John Dramani Mahama of having received bribes from the Amajaro company. You remember the Amajaro cocoa scandal? Mr. Mahama was named in the British House of Commons for having received bribes. Such is the character that Sammy is passionately defending as a man of integrity. Such is between the two individuals, I would, and Mr. Pebo said that he kept referring to
Omanfo na chese ne submission no eno no wa kire Sammy Gyamfi John Dramani Mahama de onye nipa a wo say we dey obetena TV so na yede we defend no internationally any locally in so you corrupt even in a House of Commons in Britain I say Ghana Parliament and omo the independent House of Commons a whole crown he was named as a 2009 no MP. He was named among corrupt MPs and not or bribe. So imagine, chairman was starting yene we see muno and yene records now well lead down in now shows there. Chairman see munyene. It is a media metra national television so Emma me chantro. So what I say, a man for yente in the last submission or the 2 year.
If he has read the treatise of sacred well and is clearly convinced by between the two individuals, we know the one who desires public resource. Mr. Mahama has demonstrated time and again. Before he exited office, it's public knowledge, he gave over 50% of our bauxite to his biological brother. When we came, we terminated the contract. They fought it all the way to the Supreme Court and lost.
Omanfo, yes.
Before I come to that, I have some quick refutations to make.
Omanfo,
First of
yes, Omanfo, not just a year. Abante Akbar, our year aid to the vice president, and I will chat Sammy Gyamfi Echisano. A man we could useless. A chairman, I am married. Oh, TV. Omanfo, I have a TV Ghana.